Good afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome to the Golden Heart Award Luncheon. This afternoon, we're recognizing outstanding romance manuscripts as well as people who contribute significantly to the romance genre. But first, we have a few announcements. To make sure all attendees have a safe, fun conference, please respect the RWA Conference Conduct Anti-Harassment Policy. The policy is posted on a sign in the conference space as well as on the RWA website for your reference. Now on to the volunteer prize drawing. Every day, RWA selects one lucky conference volunteer to win a free RWA 2020 registration. Today's winner is Kirsten Crum. Congratulations, the RWA staff will be in touch. Every year, RWA honors one special bookseller who provides outstanding service to romance readers and demonstrates notable support of romance authors and the romance genre. This year, RWA recognizes Michelle Mayoff-Herring of Cupboard Maker Books. Michelle has owned Cupboard Maker Books, an independent bookstore in central Pennsylvania, for 21 years. She loves romance, her favorite genre since she started devouring Harlequin novels as a preteen. Cupboard Maker Books hosts 7 book clubs. Book signings occur several times a month and include literary-themed parties and multi-author signings. Michelle is a member of the Central Pennsylvania Romance Writers and enjoys encouraging authors at all points of their career. It is my pleasure to present the 2019 RWA Steffi Walker Bookseller of the Year Award to Michelle Mayoff-Herring.
Hi, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who writes the books that I love and that I've loved since I was 10. Started with the Signet Regencies and the Harlequin Presents, and since then I've gone into every type of romance because love is love and it's wonderful. I just wanted to also mention that we do events. Last year we did 137 events. Next year I'd love to double that. If anybody's in the central Pennsylvania area and wants to get together, definitely find me and I'll give you a business card. And thank you again so much.
The RWA Kathy Lynn's Librarian of the Year Award is presented annually to a librarian who demonstrates outstanding support of romance authors and the romance genre. This year, RWA recognizes Stephen Amadon of the Brown Popular Culture Library. Stephen is the manuscripts and outreach activist for the Brown Popular Culture Library at Bowling Green State University in Bowling Green, Ohio, a position he has held since 2016. During this time at the university, he has improved online access to the Popular Culture Library's manuscript collections, including those of the Romance Writers of America and more than 40 romance authors. In 2018, he organized the Researching the Romance Conference, a 2-day event that brought together academics, authors, the fans of romance fiction to talk about the past, present, and future of the genre. Also in 2018, he presented on the library's romance fiction collections at the National Popular Culture Association Conference in Indianapolis. It is my pleasure to present the 2019 Kathy Lynn's Librarian of the Year Award to Stephen Amadon.
Hi, there's a lot of you. First, I wanted to thank the board for this tremendous honor. It was 24 years ago this month that Kathy Lins first reached out to the Brown Popular Culture Library about creating a romance archive. So to have an award with her name on it just means the world to me, to my colleagues, and to the work we do at the Brown. I also want to thank the RWA staff, especially Allison Kelly, for all the work they do, but also all the work they do with us to help preserve this genre that we all love so much. My wife, Michelle, and daughter, June, could not be here today. I wish they were, but I would not be here without them. Thank you, Michelle, for moving halfway across the country and for getting me hooked on romance. Thank you to my mom and my brother who are here. Mom, thank you for being an amazing example of a human being on a day-to-day basis. I love you both. My dad passed away 2 years ago, and he really would have gotten a kick out of this. So this one's for you, Dad. I love you.
With the Vivian Stevens Industry Award, RWA honors one or more professionals in the romance publishing industry who have contributed to the genre or to RWA in a significant and/or continuing manner. This year, RWA honors Mark Coker of Smashwords. Mark founded Smashwords in 2008 to empower authors to self-publish and distribute ebooks. He also comes on stage early. Today, Smashwords has grown to become the world's leading distributor of self-published ebooks, representing over 140,000 authors and small independent presses around the world that publish and distribute over 500,000 books with Smashwords. Mark is an outspoken advocate for romance authors, a contributing columnist for Publishers Weekly, and the host of the popular Smart Author podcast, where he teaches evergreen best practices that help authors publish ebooks with pride, professionalism, and success. It is my pleasure to present the 2019 RWA Vivian Stevens Industry Award to Mark Coker. Now,
wow, wow, wow. Thank you, RWA. Thank you, RWA Board of Directors. Thank you, RWA members. This is a real honor. The first person I want to thank is sitting right there. My beautiful, brilliant wife of 16 years, Leslie Ann. Say hi, Leslie Ann. When I came to her with the idea to start a company publishing authors that no publisher wanted to publish, in a format, ebooks, that no readers were reading, and to do it at no cost, her only concern was ebooks are going to kill print books, and I assured her they wouldn't, and they haven't. So, Leslie Ann, thank you for your support and your love. Couldn't have done it without you. I want to thank Jim Azevedo. Jim is our marketing director. Jim is actively involved in helping Smashwords support RWA at the local chapter level and the national level. So Jim, thank you for representing Smashwords and our vision better than anyone could. And finally, I want to thank all of you, all romance writers. The work that you do today is more important than ever. In a world that feels so fraught with division, your ability to help readers celebrate love and relationships is more important than ever. So keep it up. And to the 37,000 romance authors that have worked with us over the last 11 years, thank you for the privilege of partnering with us. And for those of you who are considering working with us in the future, we really appreciate it. Please contact us if we can help you. We've got office hours. Thanks again.
The RWA Veritas Award may be given annually for the nonfiction work in print or other mass medium that best depicts the romance genre in a positive light. This year, RWA recognizes Bim Adewandam for her article, Meet the Women Who Are Building a Better Romance Industry. Bim is a Nigerian-British journalist and a playwright whose culture writing work has appeared on BuzzFeed News, The Guardian, and Netflix, among many others. She is currently a producer on This American Life and lives in New York. It is my honor to present the 2019 RWA Veritas Award to Bim Adewandam.
It's so hefty. Thank you so much. I should say, just for posterity, it's Adewunmi, but a valiant attempt was made. And I appreciate that. I mean, it's okay. Pressure, I get it. It's fine. I want to say thank you very much. I'm reading off my phone like a millennial. I apologize. I'd like to thank the RWA members and the RWA board very much for the honor of this award. I love reading romance. It is the founding genre of my life. I would not be a writer without romance novels. That's a fact of just the sky is blue. I wouldn't be a writer. I also would not be a podcaster and a co-host of a podcast called First Aid Kit without romance. So when I say that, I'm not just saying that because I'm standing here in a fancy dress. I'm saying it because it is true. Romance rules everything around me. I'd like to say thank you to my editors at BuzzFeed News, Carolina Vaclovac and Tommy Obaro. Thank you to the wonderful Lulu Martinez and Essie Soga and Chris Noble at Kensington. Shout out to Kensington, you're doing it. Thank you also, very importantly, to the superlatively talented writer Alyssa Cole. Finally, I want to thank the readers of romance who make romance available to those of us who have felt overlooked and underestimated. I hope that the doors stay open and, more importantly, get wider. Thank you very much.
And now on to the Golden Heart Awards. Please welcome our MC, RITA and Golden Heart award-winning New York Times best-selling author, Darynda Jones.
Thank you so much to RWA and all the wonderful people that those letters encompass for all of the work that went into this award. The preparation, the organization, the judging, thank you. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to tell the members of RWA and the world in general what the Golden Heart means to me. The first RWA Awards ceremony I attended was a time of discovery and confusion. I had no idea what finaling in the Golden Heart entailed, nor did I know who this woman Rita was, and why everybody was clamoring to get their hands on her. But I remember being especially confused by one thing in particular. That ceremony included many alumni of what was called the wet noodle posse. I didn't know what a wet noodle posse was, but by the time I left that ceremony, I wanted one. And then in 2009, I got my own, the Ruby Slippered Sisterhood. On March 25th, 2009, I was sitting in a small room with my 7th grade client, smack dab in the middle of a week of standardized testing. As my client answered questions and asked for clarification when she needed it, I sat there making up stories in my mind because that's what we do. Then, like a harbinger of things to come, my phone vibrated, as though it knew my life was about to change, or that my husband was texting me. Either way. While my client was busy being tortured with questions about rational operations and transitive verbs, I snuck my phone out of my purse and checked my messages. My husband had texted me. He got a call from a woman saying I had finaled in a contest. I hadn't entered any contest. I texted him back explaining that, and he replied with, "The woman who called said you did and that you finaled in it. It's called the golden something or other." He literally typed the golden something or other. That was when the date hit me, March 25th. I was so sure I wouldn't final, I had completely forgotten I'd entered. After almost falling out of my chair, I sat there stunned for the next 20 minutes until my client finished her test. When she closed her test booklet, I couldn't hold on to my emotions any longer. I jumped up, hugged her, and started crying. She started crying too. I felt bad. My life changed that day, and not just because I got a call from my client's mother asking why her daughter was crying. No. This was much bigger than that. As a direct result of that final, I landed one of the best agents in New York, Alexander Machinist, and the legendary Jennifer Enderlin, who is now the publisher of St. Martin's Press, bought my Golden Heart manuscript. With their guidance and expertise, that manuscript, first grave on the right, went on to win a RITA 3 years later for Best First Book. Thank you. All of that is the cake. The fact that I get to write for a living is that sweet, rich confection we all know and love, some of us more than others. If not for RWA, if not for the Golden Heart, I would not be where I am today. I know that to the very depths of my soul. But everything else is the icing. My RITA chapter mates, my Ruby sisters, my writing retreat buddies, the L&Ls, the countless friends I've made because of this organization. Not to mention the amazing authors I've discovered as well, because we're all readers first. I'm beyond honored to host this, the last year of the Golden Heart ceremonies. But I have complete faith that our board members, the savvy women we have entrusted with our most treasured gifts, our imaginations, will come up with something just as incredible and just as life-changing as the Golden Hearts. At this time, I have a little confession to make. You may not know this, but I have ESP. Not like a lot, but just enough to know exactly what every single finalist in the audience is thinking at this moment in time. Please shut up and get on with it. See, I know. So I will do just that, but not before I congratulate each and every finalist. As we all know with the Golden Hearts, it's not about the winning, it's about the finaling. This has been said countless times because it's true. It's about the friendships and the camaraderie and the support. It's about the shoulders to cry on when we get yet another rejection or a bad review. It's about the cheers when you hit a list or when you land the agent of your dreams. It's about the family of past and present Golden Heart finalists you were just adopted into. Omegas, welcome to the family. You now have your posse. Never forget the bonds you're forging right now. Savor them and cherish them and safeguard them because they really are the icing on the cake. Now it's time to present the 2019 Golden Heart Awards. The finalists for the Golden Heart in Contemporary Romance are The Cinderella Factor by Ellie Kate, Focused on a Cowboy by McKenna Lee, He Owns My Heart by Evie Dre, Home to You by Sandra Marine, Hot Raider by Joy Adair, Never Have I Ever by Rosie Dannon, Page 6 by Alexis de Girol. Oh, I knew it. I practiced this for 20 minutes. I practiced this name. Alexis de Girol. Oh, forget it. I'm sorry. De Girolami. Okay. Yay, me. Rough Around the Edges by Margot Pierce. Salt and Stilettos by Janet Walden West. Tempting Talk by Sarah Whitney. The To-Do List by Denise Williams. And the Golden Heart for Contemporary Romance goes to Never Have I Ever by Rosie Dannon.
There's a lot of things to look at. Okay. It's really scary. I'm just going to say that. If everyone can make themselves feel comfortable. Okay. I didn't write a speech because I'm an idiot. I would love to thank my dad, who's here. It's so meaningful to me that you came all this way, and making you proud is my favorite thing to do. Okay, I'm not going to look at you anymore, though, or I'll cry. But yeah, my whole family has been so tremendously supportive of my writing and reading, and it means the world to me, especially because you'll never be allowed to read the book, so it's really fun for everyone involved. Thank you so much to Brenda Drake and the entire Pitch Wars community. You guys changed my life. Specifically my mentors from last year, Lana and Heather. You guys are incredible. You guys helped me squeeze every ounce of a good idea out of this manuscript and made it into the book it is today. Not out of it, it's still in there, it's good. Thank you to my Pitch Wars class, the mentees. You showed me that I can make friends as an adult, which is something I thought was impossible, so that's really cool. Specifically, my roommates, Ruby and Meryl, thank you for dancing to Baby Shark with me in the hotel room earlier. That's why I'm calm. No way. Thank you to my agent, Jess Watterson, for believing in this manuscript and being a champion of it. Thank you to my critique group. I think you're somewhere in the audience. I love you. You're so fabulous. To the Austin chapter of RWA, you guys are unbelievable and so supportive. I'm speeding up. I'm imagining the music from the Oscars. Thank you to my publisher, my editor, Christine Schwartz, and the team at Berkeley Romance for buying this book and changing my whole life. So thank you, all the Omegas. You are all fabulous, and this is really meaningful, and I'm shaking a lot, so I'm going to move. Thank you.
The contemporary romance short Golden Hearts finalists are Billionaire for Hire by Melanie McCarthy, Chasing Home by Priscilla Cook, Love on the Books by Betsy Gray, Murphy's Debt by Becky Turner, Wounded Martyr by Courtney McGuire, You'll Never Love in This Town Again by McKinley Reed. And the Golden Heart for contemporary romance short goes to Love on the Books by Betsy Gray.
Okay, this is terrifying. It's not just scary, it's terrifying. I'd like to thank, well, I'll never be able to read this. I'd like to thank my husband, David, for his love and support. While he's never read my work, he's always encouraging me to finish the damn book. And also, you know, if you happen to be watching this, David, please don't look at the credit card bill this month. Thank our daughters, Melissa and Amanda. You're my inspiration. The writing friends who've provided me with lots of laughter and hand-holding over the years, Christine, Trish, Paige, and Joni. My local chapter, Music City Romance Writers. Should have worn the waterproof. And my online chapters, From the Heart, Contemporary, and RWA Online, and all the chapters who offer contests and workshops. If you don't belong to a local chapter, find an online chapter. The friendship and support are worth it. And last but not least, Susan, for your help in polishing this entry, and for my Golden Heart sisters, the 2019 Omegas.
The finalists for the Golden Heart in historical romance are A Dangerous Affinity by Emily Sullivan, Dangerous Pursuit by Anne Chaney, Every Time You're Near by Shannon Gallagher, Intriguing the Irishman by Emily Sullivan, A Season for Scandal by Kate Pembroke, Tempty the Heiress by Emily Sullivan, An Unloved Earl by Eileen Emerson, Wild at Heart by Elizabeth King. The Golden Heart for historical romance goes to Tempting the Heiress by Emily Sullivan.
Thank you. I almost didn't enter this one. Glad I did. I'd first like to thank all of the preliminary round judges who helped make me an Omega. It's such a special sisterhood. I'm so happy to be a part of it. And thank you to the final round judges and for RWA for this bittersweet honor. I joined RWA in 2017 so I could enter this contest, and I was lucky enough to final and become a rebel. And I don't know that I would have written these books if I didn't have such a supportive community or have the goal of the Golden Heart deadline to work towards. Special thanks to the Rebels Golden Heart Critiques Group as well. I so appreciate all of your feedback. I'd also like to thank my family and especially my parents. I don't remember a time when I didn't want to be a writer, but I always had their support. Whether I was a kid writing stories without an ending or a 30-something writing about burly stable hands. And last but not least, to my husband, who has spent the last 11 years tirelessly cheering me on with a conviction that at times to me has seemed absurd, but thank you for always believing in me, especially when I haven't. Thank you.
The mainstream fiction with a Central Romance Golden Heart finalists are Broken White Lines by Melissa Weissner, Everything Comes Back to You by Melissa Weissner, Jane Darling's Rules of Inheritance by Megan McGee, Learning Curve by Shannon M. Peterson, Lolita's Muse by Claire DeWolf, Playing Nice by Evie Klein, Resurrecting Annie Wolf by Anna Collins, The Soda Fountain Sister and the Flower Lady by Sherry Taylor Emery. The Golden Heart for mainstream fiction with a Central Romance goes to Everything Comes Back to You by Melissa Weissner.
I did write a speech, and luckily this dress has pockets. First of all, I'd like to thank the RWA for this amazing honor, the Golden Network, and my 2019 class, the Omegas, for welcoming me into your communities. Connecting with you all is by far the biggest prize in all of this. I'd like to thank my agent, Julie Deneen, for believing in me when I was a baby writer with a shiny new book, a lot of hope, and very little experience. Thank you for your wise and completely spot-on editorial feedback, for your patience, your continued support, and for your occasional talks off the ledge. I'd like to thank my writers groups and critique partners. The people who have impacted my work are too numerous to name here, but a special shout out to the talented E.M. Sheehan, who's the first person I considered a writer friend. To Meg Ripley for your fantastic comments about my books, pitches, and everything else I throw your way. Maureen Marshall for the incredibly honest and tough love critique you gave me about my first book. I would not be here today if it weren't for you. And for Jody Holford for your early mentorship that was absolutely invaluable on this journey. I'd like to thank my family, especially my mom, for handing me crayons and a sewing machine and letting me paint flowers on my wall and encouraging me to do all the creative things I wanted to do as a kid that led me here today. I'd like to thank my sister Pam for being the absolute best aunt to my kids and for the many, many hours that you spend with them that give me time to write. Thank you for doing this even when you didn't know I was writing a book and thought maybe I was having an affair because I was distracted all the time. Thank you to my in-laws, George, Lynn, Lakshmi, Yogi, Lamar, and for the whole giant LBI crew for welcoming me into your family, your constant love and support and flair for storytelling, and for being the embodiment of the saying that truth is stranger than fiction. To Jenny and Mary Beth for always being nothing but thrilled for me, and to my beautiful children, almost 7-year-old Anjali and 5-year-old Indy, who motivate me every day to be the best that I can be. And finally, to my husband, Sid, my first reader, my best friend, my biggest fan. I know you've endured 14 years of me coming to you with my latest creative pursuit that I want to take on. And when I told you I was going to write a novel, thank you for remaining calm, for nodding your head and saying, of course you will. I'm grateful every day to have you in my life, and I love you. Thank you all so much.
The finalists for the Golden Heart in Paranormal Romance are Bless Your Heart and Other Southern Curses by Heather Leonard. Inherent Lies by Alicia Anthony. Touch 3.3 by Valen Cox. The Transformation of Alexis Doe by Jilly Wood. Warrior of Eden by Finley Grant. Which Way Down by Shelley Pike. The Golden Heart for Paranormal Romance goes to Bless Your Heart and Other Southern Curses by Heather Leonard.
A captive audience and a mic. This is my dream. This means so much to me. The first RWA I came to was here, and I remember sitting in the back of the room and watching the Golden Heart Awards going, that's going to be me. It didn't happen that next year, or the year after that, or the year after that, or the year after that. But you know, you never quit trying, and that's why I'm here today. I wouldn't be here but for my wonderful husband who flew up here to be with me, but now is exploring the West Side because he said this many women in one place scared him. So hopefully he's watching this online, and I love you, Jim. Thank you for eliminating the barriers to me when I told him I wanted to write. But I needed this new program called Scrivener, but I don't have a Mac, so I can't write. He went and bought me a Mac so I could watch, so I could use that. When I said, well, I need to read more, he bought me craft books. When I said I needed to go to these conferences, he made sure my calendar was clear so that I could go. I want to thank one of my best writing friends, Laura Hayden, who's here with me, that she's been my support. She's been the person who gives me advice and my biggest cheerleader. Thank you. I want to thank Christine Glover, who's not here, but has also been one of my biggest supporters and cheerleaders, as well as Pam Montavani. I want to thank 3 wonderful Golden Heart classes that I've had the honor and privilege to be part of. The Dragonflies, I didn't win, but man, you ladies are awesome. The Rebels, again, not winning, but you ladies are awesome. And now the Omegas. Thank you so much. And thank you, RWA, for giving me the opportunity every year to write a book. Good God, I kept writing a book if y'all saw the number I had. This contest means so much to me. Like Darynda said, it was a goal, and it's life-changing. And hopefully RWA will be able to present something like this to other writers like me sitting in the back of the room, saying one day that will be me. Thank you.
The The Golden Heart finalists for romance with religious or spiritual elements are Counterfeit Love by Crystal Cotto, The Inn at Mill Creek by Kelly Parker, The Promise of Spring by Martha Hutchins. The Golden Heart for romance with religious or spiritual elements goes to The Promise of Spring by Martha Hutchins.
So I'm pretty sure I first entered this contest 20 years ago. I actually did submit it on paper. That was a thing at one point in time. There are a lot of people I'd like to thank for being here today. First, I want to thank just the RWA organization for offering this contest. The board of directors that worked so hard on it, the Houston office that was always there to answer questions, particularly Carol Ritter, sorry about that, for all the judges that donated their time when they had much better things to do, I'm sure. There are several writers that have been very valuable helping me through this. The first one I want to thank is Judith Lansdowne, who I met at a conference in Atlanta, Georgia, and this particular manuscript she tore apart and helped me put back together far better. I'd also like to thank Tina Radcliffe and Sarah Sundin, who have both taught me a lot about writing and have encouraged me. I'd like to thank my own chapter, the Faith, Hope, and Love chapter, which is a wonderful place to learn. I'd like to thank my family, my mom and dad, who've always taught me to dream big, and not incidentally sent a lot of money for me to be here. I'd like to thank my daughter, Sarah. Your writer games with me throughout the years as I've been homeschooling you. That's been some of the best times. I've so much enjoyed them. I love you, sweetie. And my husband, Greg, my very own Prince Charming, who's always supported me, even when he sometimes has to ask me, are we talking about a real person? And of course, everyone here knows the answer's always yes. I love you, sweetheart. Finally, I want to thank God, who gave me the desire to tell stories and the perseverance to get to this place and time. Thank you.
The Romantic Suspense Golden Heart finalists are All Your Broken Pieces by Evie Dre, Deadly Aim by Tracy Brody, Dirty Money by Monique Headley, Free My Heart by Diane Wiggs, High Heels and Handguns by Lisa Hartman, The Hustler by Angie Hotman, The Golden Heart for Romantic Suspense goes to The Hustler by Angie Hoffman.
My speech out. Okay. Thank you, Romance Writers of America, for this tremendous honor. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank some folks. First and foremost, my family. My mother, Sandy, for being my biggest cheerleader and for teaching me to love books from an early age. Thank you for always encouraging my imagination. To my husband, Jimmy, thank you for letting me ignore you for months on end while I write my books. I love you. Thank you for being my dancing king and my real life happily ever after. To my grandparents, thank you for showing me what true love looks like and for believing in me even when I didn't always believe in myself. Thank you to my lovely in-laws, Chris and Jim, and my stepdad, Don, for your continual support. We're not blood, but I'm so lucky we're family. To my son, Cooper, my beating heart. You're only 4, so you're not watching the live stream right now, but one day I am going to sit you down and make you watch the video of this so you know what it can look like when you don't give up on your dreams. Life is too short not to chase your dreams with adamantium-clad tenacity. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but you'll never know unless you try. To my Wellesley tribe, you are the most brilliant group of women I have ever known. Thank you for inspiring me to doggedly pursue my goals no matter the odds. Huge thanks to authors Danielle Haas and Amanda Yule for your critiques and support. To my mentor, Sarah Andre, you are my Yoda. Thank you for your generous time, advice, encouragement, and insight. To the Northeast Ohio RWA chapter, you guys rock. And finally, to my amazing, talented, supportive Omega sisters, I am so fortunate to count myself among you, and I can't wait to see what great things each and every one of you achieves and cheer you on every step of the way. Thank you.
The finalists for the Golden Heart in Young Adult Romance are After I Bid You Adieu by Sammy Spitzieri, Dragged by Susan Lee, The Nascent Bloom by Janet Ray Stevens, Song of the Sophos by A.Y. Chow, The Walls Between by Christine Gunderson. The Golden Heart for Young Adult Romance goes to Dragged by Susan Lee.
Okay, please recognize my face. Hold on just a second. I honestly don't have enough deodorant on for this right now. Okay, buy toilet paper and hand sanitizers. I'm on the wrong page. Here we go. Okay, thank you so much to RWA, the judges and organizers of the Golden Heart, and the fellow finalists here in the room, my amazing Omega class, and to those who have paved the way in years before us. I am amazed that I get to be in the Golden Network with so many incredible authors who I stand so hard. Thanks to Brenda Drake and the Pitch Wars community, and to my Pitch Wars mentor and friend Gloria Chow, who walked alongside me to make this manuscript something I could be proud of. Thanks to Devin Ross, my agent, for believing in me and this story. And to my writing community and friends, the New York City chapter and the RWA chapters of RWA, my Kim Chingu's Team Awesome and the Slackers. I consider myself blessed every single day for knowing you. And thanks to my sister Sunny. She's sitting right over there, somewhere right there. I don't know that you will find a more prolific romance reader, and she introduced me to romance books, and she has been my biggest cheerleader. Sorry, we lost our dad a couple months ago. I'm a really ugly crier too, I'm so sorry. And he always told me I could do and be and achieve anything and everything I wanted to, and I believed him, so this is also for him. Sorry. Dragged is a story about a Korean-American girl who enlists the help of a teen drag queen to get the lead in the school musical while falling for her rival, a bisexual Chinese boy. It is unapologetically Asian-American while also recognizing the intersectionality of our identities, that it's often many parts that make up the whole. And I am proud AF of this story. I'm so honored for drag to be recognized, even in a year where the RITA Golden Hearts have faced ongoing controversy over representation and recognition of marginalized voices. For all of you authors of color out there who continue to fight to get your stories seen and read so that others can see themselves in these books, this is for you. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of the 2019 Golden Heart winners. And don't forget to join us tomorrow night at the 2019 RITA Awards ceremony. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you, guys.